What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 188. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man. We got a big week. I'm excited for it.
We do, yeah. We're gonna jump into a big topic today, here in a few minutes, after the intro. But I kind of thought about, it's Spider-Man week. We got Spider-Man 2 coming up. So we're gonna do our top 10 sequels that have the number 2 in them.
So no Mario Odysseys,
Yeah.
no Tears of the Kingdom, nothing like that. Only
Yep.
only things 2. Dead Space
Yep.
2, BioShock 2, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yep, Gears of War 3 doesn't count. Halo 4 doesn't count. Halo 5 doesn't count. It has specifically have a 2. So yeah, we're gonna dive into that here in a second. That should be fun. We're gonna kind of do it a little bit different. We're not gonna give our top ranking. We're kind of gonna guess, but we'll get into that here in a second. But Nick, how was your week?
It was good. It was pretty chill. Did some like last minute traveling this weekend to visit both our family and my wife's family. So that was fun. Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice weekend. Yeah, aside from that, didn't really do too much. Didn't
Yeah.
play that many games.
Yeah, it was kind
I
of a drought. Not a drought,
was
but
like, I was teetering so hard on picking up Lords of the Fallen.
I was gonna text you on Friday and be like, man, I'm really kind of wanting to play another Dark Souls-esque game.
You know,
And
if you would have texted me, I would have said yes.
and I was watching some TikToks and stuff. I was watching a couple of streams, and it looks really cool. Like the whole Umbral world looks, the whole shift in that looks cool. But it seems like the Xbox version has kind of it didn't review super well on other consoles, and I think the Xbox is the worst. They're just trying to figure out the next patch with the parity between the S and the X. So I don't know if that's like the main issue or whatever. So I don't even know if that patch is out yet, but I know there was a patch coming for PlayStation and PC, but yeah, I was
think
teetering.
There's been a few like day one patches. I don't think there's been like the performance patch
Yeah,
that's gone out yet. I was like at the point where I was on the Microsoft Store looking at the game, and then I looked at the reviews and it had like 3 stars.
yeah,
I was like, okay, I never really read reviews on the Xbox Store, but I went down and read a lot of them, and all of them were saying that the game was buggy. It had, well, not really buggy, just had a lot of frame drops.
Yeah.
It was almost unplayable because, like a Souls-like is that's like one of the most important games to have.
It's got to be 60. Yeah, it's got to be like at least.
It's life or death if
Yeah.
you're losing frames in a fight or even just traversing the level. So I was like, man, I can't bring myself to support a $70 game that's
Yeah.
fundamentally broken at launch, even though it sounds so cool.
So, I mean, games just seem like they're getting worse and worse with these day one patches and games just not launching exactly right on these these powerful systems, they say, right?
Yeah.
When the reviewers get these copies of games, do they send them like the day one patch in advance, or do they just review it based off of what they have prior to the patch? Because that obviously can make a huge difference in a score.
I think for the most part it's pre-patch.
Okay.
I want to say most of the reviews were on PC, so you could argue that could come down to your PC build.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Yeah,
and with Dark Souls, like Dark Souls likes, it's you kind of got to take every review with like a grain of salt, because you don't know. It's like, okay, do they hate this game because there was one boss that they struggled with and they thought it was bullshit? It's kind of one of those things. But yeah, I did see a lot of reviews where they just said the performance was not there.
And I think the problem is, and I read a little bit, I don't know if this is exactly true because it's kind of hearsay, but apparently the game was on Unreal 4, like Unreal Engine 4 until 2022, and at that point they decided to switch it to Unreal Engine 5.
Okay.
And the problem with switching between 4 and 5 is it's not a 1-to-1 conversion. There's still you still have to learn it. You still have to figure out how to optimize your game on that engine. It's not like it's not like it's the same tool set as Unreal Engine 4. So, you know, like a game like Lies of P, like that game ran flawlessly, and it
Mm-hmm.
was Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah,
I think they should have, you know,
and
if that was the
it
original game,
still looked really good.
yeah, I mean, it's still like a beautiful game in its own right. I think Lords of the Fallen, like and a lot of these other games that are releasing on Unreal 5, they should just stay on Unreal 4 if that's where most of your development time was, and you figured out how to optimize your performance
Yeah,
on that engine. Like, I don't know, man. It's just
yeah, that's kind of weird. Like a year before, we're a year before it's supposed to ship that you decide to do that. That's kind of crazy.
was Redfall, was that an Unreal Engine 5 game?
I think so. Maybe, I don't know actually. Is it a UE5 game? I didn't know if it was or not.
Let me see.
I did download Redfall, but I have not dove back in.
Oh, it's using Unreal Engine 4.
Okay. Yeah, see that, like, why you know, especially when, like, you know, Lords of the Fallen, the original, was not super highly regarded. Like, why would you risk that? But I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess you make the decision at some point.
I feel like if it wasn't for performance issues, this would have been an 80s game.
Yeah.
It would have scored somewhere in the 80s, but yeah, I don't know. Like I was super hyped on this game going into launch, and then yeah, you see all the performance stuff, and it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bummer for sure.
But how's your week?
It was good. I mean, yeah, just kind of I feel like the weeks are just kind of flowing into each other.
Dude, they're flying by.
I guess, I mean, I guess we'll talk about what we've been playing real quick, and then we'll dive into the ranking. But yeah, I didn't really play much this week. I did dabble in some Sekiro on Saturday, and I got to put the game down. I'm just gonna accept the fact that I just can't beat it.
No.
Yeah,
Did you get close?
I did. I got like a few hits left on him, and I ended up dying from poison or something like that he has. And then I tried again, and I couldn't get close to him again. So I'm gonna let it go. It's just gonna be one of those games I'm just never gonna beat. And that's okay, because yeah, I'm good. And especially if like the last boss is like one of the toughest ones in Souls like history. And I'm just not good at parrying. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm good. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, the last boss is harder than
the
owl.
Yeah,
So,
I'm just gonna let bygones be bygones, and it's still a great game. But you know, I'm not going to push against a wall that I can't break. So
that's fair. You know,
yeah. It's a bummer because I mean I have tried on and off for like literally for 4 years, and if I couldn't beat it back then when I was playing it like, you know, weekly, I'm not gonna do it now. So that's okay. it's fine. I've come to acceptance. I was like, yeah, I think I'm done. So
well, I'm happy that you're free of the shackles of.
Yeah. And it's not like it's something that's been like on my mind. The only reason I picked it up is because I couldn't sleep at night. It's because I was kind of wanting to play a Souls-like game after Lies of P, and then the Lords of Fallen thing kind of fell through on the review side. I was like, man, I'm kind of itching. Like I was getting ready to dive back into like Dark Souls 3 or one of the 3 Dark Souls games. But I dove into Cocoon instead.
Sorry, before we
Yeah.
dive into Cocoon, have you played Dark Souls 1?
I have not beaten Dark Souls 1.
You should play Dark Souls 1. I mean, it has the remaster.
Yeah, I was gonna buy it.
I'll split it. I mean, I'll split it with you if you want to do it.
Have you? I mean, when's the last time you played Dark Souls?
Probably 2018 on the Switch.
I don't think I
mean,
picked
that
up
runs at 30 frames per second. Like it's not crisp, you know.
what, Dark Souls?
On the Switch.
Oh, is it 60 on?
I think it's 60 on Series X.
Okay. I might look into it. But I mean, we got some stuff coming out this week too. So
Yeah, we got some stuff.
yeah.
All right, so tell me about Cocoon.
Yeah. So man, I beat it in 2 sessions. Like I was trying to figure out what to play like on Tuesday night or Monday. I think it was Tuesday night, and I was just chilling. I was like, you know what? Nick said Cocoon's really good. I already had it downloaded, so I was like, let me play for like, I'll give it 20, 30 minutes, see how it goes. And I was just instantly hooked. Like it is very hard to explain. But once you play it, like
It makes sense.
it makes total sense. I mean, you start out in this world, and then you go onto this like this pad, and it takes you out of that world, and then it's very hard to explain. I'm not gonna be able to explain it very well. It's on Game Pass. Go check it out. It's like under 5 hours. It's not a very long game, but it's just one of those puzzle games where when you figure something out and it clicks, it makes you feel so damn smart.
Yeah.
And the puzzles aren't really that hard. There was a couple of times where I got stuck, and I just had to like sit back, and I was like, oh wait, and then you can figure it out. But yeah, it's cool. The boss fights are not really challenging, but they're still fun. Like they if you get hit, like then you have to restart, but it just kind of knocks you out of the world, then you go right back in. So it's not really super punishing in that regard. But yeah, they're all pretty unique. And there's only like 4, I think, in the game, so there's not a ton of them. But yeah, it's a cool game, man. It's really cool.
It's really good. I actually did get stuck on the third boss for like probably took 5 to 10 tries.
Which one was that one?
It's one where you have your like doppelganger. On the
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, it probably took me about 5 or 6 tries too, to get it right.
I kept getting confused.
Yeah, it is a little bit like jarring when you're trying to figure it out, but yeah, it's not, again, 5 tries isn't 5 tries is probably 15 minutes. It's like
yes, so quick.
Yeah. And I love the fact that when you initiate the boss fight, it tells you exactly how to damage it when you first, when you first go into the arena. And then it's super smart. Like everything is super smart in this game, with how they detail how to do stuff.
Yeah, like the path forward is very clear, but it doesn't like hold your hand.
Yeah, there's no tutorial at all. It's just the A button, right? Yeah. So yeah, very cool game. Probably gonna fall on my man. It's been a year, man, but it might fall on my top 10. It might. I really liked it.
It might fall on my top 10. How did you like the last puzzle? I thought that one was just so cool.
It was
integrate everything.
Yeah, you have to. I got stuck on that one for a second too, because
I was going the opposite order.
See, that's exactly how I was doing, because it's not super clear on how they want it to be. Because generally when you get the little flying thing that like unlocks the gates for you, everything is from left to right. But this puzzle, it had it stacked, it was vertical, but so you're like, okay, do I start from the top or do I start from the bottom? Yeah.
And then you realize that you have to start from the bottom because it's not to spoil anything. I mean, but yeah, the last puzzle is really good. I think every puzzle in that game is very well executed.
Yeah.
Very understandable. I only got stuck like maybe once or twice for a couple of minutes, and then I figured it out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's one of those things where like you feel like a genius.
Yeah, you're like, God, I'm so smart.
Yeah, I'm a puzzle god.
I'm a god. Yeah, it's really good. I'm glad I gave some time to it. Again, super short, but yeah, super good. But that's pretty much it. Sekiro, played a little bit of Halo. Again, I got my ass kicked, man, for the last like 2 or 3 times, like just murdered.
Are you losing your luster? I mean,
yeah, and I've been like the worst person on the team too, and I have the most deaths. So I have like no kills and like high deaths. So I feel like a real piece of garbage.
It's probably because you haven't played many FPSs lately.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, other than Titanfall, it's been pretty much all third person stuff. So
yeah,
I mean, nobody's messaged me, so it's all good. If you get the little pop up message like a minute after a game, you're like, man, really, you're gonna message me?
I'm really down bad. It's like I know I should have bed, man. Just let it lie.
It's whatever. But yeah, other than that, other than Cocoon, that's pretty much been it.
Nice. Yeah, just real quick for me, I picked up Mario Odyssey again just because it's such a freaking good game.
Yeah.
I love it. I played up until I finished the. Oh, what's the city? What's the city called?
New Donk City.
Yeah, it played up until that point. So that's like the halfway point in the game. So beautiful. Still,
Yeah.
just moving around in that game is so incredible.
I cannot believe that we've only gotten one 3D Mario game.
Well, we have 3D World.
Yeah, but that was a port. Plus, I mean, Bowser's Fury was great.
Yeah, I mean, it's
but
a great game.
Still, like the fact we've gotten one, we haven't gotten another traditional 3D Mario game, like a big one.
Yeah,
is crazy.
We've gotten 2 Zeldas, 2 3D Zeldas, and only 1 Mario. That's wild.
Yeah, 2 3D Zeldas and the top down, the 2D one, I guess, top down Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy, but
yeah.
But I mean, we also got the trilogy or whatever, too. So that kind of held everybody over.
That's true.
The Galaxy and stuff like that.
They still need to put out Galaxy 2.
Which I saw your TikTok or whatever, and someone commented. Well, someone commented like, and I'm glad like everybody else like responded to this person because they were like, they said Titanfall's gameplay is better, and everyone was and they were like. Not a 3D. It's like not a platformer. And he was like, but it's still good gameplay. And he's like, but again, not a platformer. And then someone else commented and said, it's not the best one. And they said it was Galaxy, but I don't remember Galaxy feeling as good as Odyssey. But I mean, it's all preference. But
dude, saying Titanfall is the best platformer is like someone saying, I love ciabatta. It's my favorite type of bread, and you're like.
But asparagus is better.
Yeah, but asparagus is better. I'm like, what? I said my favorite type of bread.
People, I don't think people just think when they start to type.
No,
everyone always has to have a rebuttal and always have to have some sort of comment to say about something, and it just doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, am I saying it's the best gameplay ever? No. Or do I think Yeah, it's just 3D like a platformer. But
I mean, what do you want me to say? It's the best 3D platformer in the Mario universe that came out in 2017.
Yeah, on the Nintendo Switch.
On the Nintendo Switch. Like, how specific can I be?
I'm like, oh, Yoshi's better. Oh, okay. All right. Whatever.
Well, aside from that, I played.
Did you restart? Did you restart Mario Odyssey, or did you just kind of jump in?
I started a new profile.
Okay.
I didn't know there were separate save slots.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a bunch.
Oh, Kellen knows.
Well,
there's a
yeah. Yeah, I just started a new file. And I played some more Redfall, like 7 hours in.
Dang, okay.
I might be done with it. I reached the point where
it's far cry from last week.
I know. I think I'm at the end of like this half of the game. I think the other half takes place in another town.
Okay.
Like another area.
Yeah.
But I've reached the end of that where like I'm about to go through a door, but I have to collect 3 boss skulls, and to get those skulls I have to go to safe houses and do quests there, and I'm not super interested in doing that.
So like just busy work kind of to get.
Yeah, it feels like busy work. So I'm like, dang, if I could just go to the boss right now, I'd be more inclined to play. But
yeah,
okay. I think it's like gameplay wise, it's really
solid. Okay, yeah,
really solid 60 frames. I mean, it's very smooth. I like the powers of that my character has. I like the gunplay. The vampires are relatively fun to fight. It's pretty easy, but I don't know.
Just the content's not super like compelling.
Yeah, like I don't really care about the story at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe if we played together, I'd
yeah, maybe we should. Yeah, maybe we'll.
Oh, I mean, I'll jump in wherever you're at.
Yeah, we'll do a couple of. We'll have to do because I want to play some Halo. We got to play some.
I'll play some season 5.
Yeah, season 5. Like, man, I'm really excited for season 5. It looks really good. And then they're adding. I think next month they're adding like a playlist for just Halo 3 maps, which is really cool.
Hell yeah!
So man, we're seeing the turnaround.
When does season 5 come out again?
Tomorrow.
Oh.
Tomorrow at 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yeah, they did like a little like worldwide map or whatever showing the times. Yeah, 2 p.m. I'll probably dive in at some point tomorrow night, and play for a little bit. But yeah, man, I'm really excited. All the stuff looks really cool.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'll
So,
probably play Wednesday.
yeah.
Our dad is staying with us.
Yeah, that's what mom was saying. Um,
All right, shall we get into this top 10 number 2 games?
We shall. I would definitely briefly bring it up since Mario Wonder's dropping. I'm trying to get Kellen hyped up for it, but for some reason he does not like the elephant power up. He's like, I don't want to play as an elephant. And I was like, well, you don't have to play as an elephant.
So specific.
Yeah, like I think. Do you think there'll be more power ups other than elephants, or you think that's it?
I don't know. I mean, there's
like I know there's gonna be like firepower and stuff like that, but like specifically for like an animal design, do you think elephant is probably it?
I mean, if I were to guess, I think there might be like a one-off power up or two somewhere in the game with the wonder effects, but yeah, as far as animals go, that's probably the only one.
I wonder why an elephant? It's so random.
You can do stuff with water.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to get him hyped up for it. So I can't wait.
Doesn't have to play as the elephant.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it. It looks fantastic. All right, yeah, let's dive into our top 10 sequels of all time. Let me get it popped up here real quick. Yeah, all right. So we've got on my side, and this is in no particular order. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give our 10 ones that are on this list, and the other person is going to guess where they think it's gonna fall into the list, and if they don't get it right, we'll say where it's at. So in no particular order, on my side, it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2, Dark Souls 2, Dead Space 2, Gears of War 2, Half-Life 2, Halo 2, Mass Effect 2, Resident Evil 2, and Uncharted 2, and Portal 2.
And on my side, we have OG Modern Warfare 2, Resident Evil 2, Skate 2, Dead Space 2, Mass Effect 2, Rock Band 2, Borderlands 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Dark Souls 2, and Halo 2.
Sweet.
There you go.
All right. Well, who wants to do the honors and go first?
Harrison, I want to go first.
Okay.
I think I got you pegged.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to start with number 1. I might.
And you can go wherever. You can do whatever. You can start at number 5, number 4.
I'm gonna start with number 10.
Okay.
I think out of these, your 10th favorite number 2 game is Half-Life 2.
I have my list going. Yeah, I think I was gonna change it on the fly, but no, I'm gonna stick with what I had. Yeah, Half-Life 2. You're correct.
I was correct.
Yep, you're correct.
Okay, nice.
So, and the reason why I guess because I think it could have been a little bit higher, but I didn't include episode 1 and 2 when I was making this list. Since they're like technically expansions, I'm just going off of like the base game or whatever. Mm-hmm. Without those expansions, I don't think it's as strong, but I do think Half-Life 2 is a very excellent game. And I can't remember the town, but when you go to the town with all the crab head people, and they've got like the spinning spike blades and stuff like that, like that's actually a pretty creepy town. I think that's right before. I think it's Ravenclaw, maybe Ravenclaw. Did you ever play Half-Life 2?
No.
Oh, dude, are you serious?
Yeah, I've never played it.
Man.
Is it any good?
Oh my god, it's like, well, first of all, it came in the orange box, and the orange box is arguably like the best package of games ever.
Played Portal 1 and 2 and a little bit of Team Fortress.
Yeah. You need to play Half-Life 2 and do the expansions.
Okay. Should I just wait for the inevitable remake?
I don't know if they'll do a remake for that.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll try it out.
You need to try it out. It's an excellent first person. And then when you get the gravity gun in the game, it's so good.
Dang.
All right.
What you got for me?
Let's see. I am also going to go number 10. Just because I think it's Rock Band 2.
That ain't it.
Dang! So where does Rock Band 2 fall at then?
Rock Band 2 falls at number 4.
Number 4. Okay.
Yeah. I think Rock Band 2 was just...
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a really good time. It built off of Rock Band 1, which, I mean, Rock Band 1 might be more iconic. Like, the songs on there might be more iconic, but I remember having just a ton of fun with Rock Band 2 and all those DLC songs that they put out.
Yeah, because I think that's the first time that they added... Wasn't that the first time where you could purchase songs too? They added like the Rock Band store and stuff like that?
I think it might have been.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, like, is that where we bought, like, all of the Avenged Sevenfold songs?
Yeah, it was definitely Rock Band 2. And then they had like the endless set list on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was... Oh, I think maybe Rock Band 1 had it too. I can't remember, but...
Yeah, they kind of blend together, but... Dude, Rock Band 2 slaps, man.
Yeah, Rock Band 2 was really good.
Hard.
All right.
Okay, I think... Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 OG is number 3 on your list.
No.
Dang. All right, where's that?
You said number 3?
Yeah.
It's number 4.
Oh, come on.
So you were close.
Okay, I think I might know what the top 3 are. Oh, I know what 2 of the top 3 are.
Okay.
Dang.
Man. I might go for your number 1 right here.
Okay.
Rock Band's number 4. Gosh. I'm going to go Skate 2 number 1.
Skate 2 number 1. No, that is incorrect.
Okay. Where does Skate fall? It's probably the bottom. And
Yeah, Skate 2 is actually number 3.
Okay.
Should we tally up how many correct answers we get throughout this?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So far, I have 1. You have a big fat 0.
All right. Yeah. So you got 0. I got 0. You got 1.
I can keep track of this.
Okay.
All right. So, okay. What do you have so far? You have number 10 is Half-Life 2. Number 4 is Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, the bottom 5 is tough because I know Dark Souls 2 is probably in the bottom 5. I want to guess on Dark Souls 2. I think that was number 8.
Dark Souls 2?
Yeah.
Number 5. Yeah, I freaking love Dark Souls 2, man. That's really I did play briefly Dark Souls 1, but 2 is what got me into the Dark Souls series.
I think I remember you had it on the 360, and
yeah,
like the first time I tried to play it, I was like, ugh, like, what is this game? Like,
ew,
it's so hard. Like, you can give like 4 directions at the beginning, but all of them end in instant death.
Yeah,
I was so put off by it at first.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what made me like try to even attempt to get it. I don't know. I just picked it up and kind of like I was kind of doing okay with it, and then I put it down, and then Dark Souls 2 came out, and I just picked it up and was like, hell yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, Dark Souls 2 is the one I was put off by at first, and then that was the first one I beat.
All right, I'm gonna go Call of Duty number 1.
So close.
Is it number 2?
So close. Number 2. I think you can kind of deduce what might be number 1.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2 is the GOAT, though. It's easily the best Call of Duty of all time. I'm seeing this these remade maps in Modern Warfare 3, and I'm like, it's kind of enticing, but at the same time, this movement in Modern Warfare 3, it's too twitchy for me. It's too fast paced. Like,
yeah, and I feel like they have to do that at this point because all these streamers and stuff are just complaining about the movement. But it's like if you crank up the sensitivity, it's super fast.
Yeah,
I don't know. Gotta get those Twitch shooters going.
oh, for sure.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go Halo 2 number 1.
You would be correct. Halo 2 is the GOAT of
all multiplayer shooters. If we were to sit down in a room and play Halo 2 right now, I would have just as much fun as I had back in the day.
Yeah. It's a great. I mean, it was the start of it was the start of online multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just so much fun.
You got Lockout, you got Turf, Zanzibar,
Coagulation.
Oh, Coagulation. I mean, every map in that game was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's just so great.
Yeah, and I would say like Halo 3 is probably like a more fun game, and probably I may put Halo 3 over Halo 2 in terms of like multiplayer, and the campaign was like epic. Yeah, Halo 2 was obviously in this particular instance, with it being the direct sequel, yeah, it's fantastic.
I mean, Halo 2 had Warhawk Wars.
It did, and it wasn't as fun in Halo 3.
No, because the damage was reduced when he got the damage from vehicle impact was reduced.
Yeah,
which wasn't as fun.
Yeah, but it also had Forge and stuff, so there's a lot of fun things. All right, well, I'm gonna say Halo 2 is your number 1.
You're right.
Heck yeah, let's go.
Right.
Sweet.
All right, well, let's keep it rolling then. Your number 9 spot.
Just up here.
Wonder what. So Half-Life 2 is number 10. I think Resident Evil 2 is number 9.
No.
What is it?
It's number 8.
Oh, come on. So close.
Number 8.
I figured it would be pretty far down your list because I know you haven't played the original. And I mean, the remake's incredible. Like, but
that's what I'm. Resident Evil 2 is the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying maybe you would have had more fondness for it.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, I never actually played the original, but I mean, RE2 was like fantastic and like the start of like kind of like the resurgence of Resident Evil, really. Or no, I guess 7 came out first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. But like the kind of the resurgence of like really good remakes.
Right.
Did you give me a point for getting yours right?
I didn't.
Okay.
I'm over here cheating. You're up.
My turn. Okay. Let's see. Pull this back up here. All right. So, man. I'm gonna say Resident Evil 2 is your number 5.
It's my number 10.
Number 10. Wow. Okay.
My number 10, yeah. And that might be nostalgia.
Yeah.
With the other games more so. Than the quality of Resident Evil 2.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, great game. Earns a spot on the list, but not my favorite. Not my favorite 2 game.
Okay.
Okay. Has your number 2 been guessed?
No, you have not. You have not mentioned number 2.
Not number 2. Not number 3.
So I've got what? Since I don't think you can see it. So what I've got open.
I have it up on Twitch.
Oh, you got it open. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 9.
I want to say that Mass Effect 2 is your number 2.
You are absolutely correct.
There we go.
I was honestly, I was very tempted to put Mass Effect 2 as my number 1, but then just ultimately decided that Halo 2 deserved that spot. Yeah, Mass Effect 2 is absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
still one of the greatest launch trailers of all time. God, man. And the Legendary Edition is, I think it's on sale, or maybe it's on sale right now, but it's usually always on sale. So if you can get that with Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 and every DLC, there's not every DLC. I think there's some stuff missing from Mass Effect 1 that's got somehow lost, but everything else is there. Great value. Even at $60, it's a great value.
Yeah.
All right, so I've just got your 5 through your 9 here. Let's see.
That's the hard area.
Gosh. All right, no, okay, so I've already said that one. Okay. Man. I'm gonna say Dead Space 2 is number 8.
It's number 9.
Man, that was my gut instinct. Okay. Man.
Oh, so close.
Dead Space 2. Okay. Dang. That was gonna be my gut instinct was number 9, but I was like, no, I think it's a different game. Okay.
I can't say I know I've played this a good amount. I know I finished it. I don't remember a ton about the story, but I just know that I thought it was a huge improvement over Dead Space 1.
Yeah.
Just gameplay alone was like incredibly more improved.
Okay.
Than Dead Space 1. Yeah, I mean, Dead Space 2 is from what I remember, very phenomenal.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see here. Your number 3, the elusive number 3. I have 2 that I'm between. I'm between Gears of War and Dead Space. It might not even be one of those.
It might not.
But I think it is. But then, like, I can't imagine either one of those being number 5, because the 4th place is already taken, right?
Well, I've got Dark Souls at number 5.
Oh, so then one of them would be number 6. I'm gonna put Gears of War 2 at number 3.
You'd be right.
Yeah.
What was your number 9? Dead Space?
Yeah, Dead Space.
Dead Space 2. Okay.
All right, current tally is Nick 4, Harrison 1.
Yeah, I'm not doing very good.
Some catching up to do.
2. Yeah, Gears of War 2, man, bigger, better, more badass. Per words of old Cliff Blazinski, Cliffy B.
Cliffy B.
Yeah, the chainsaw duel, as ridiculous as that was so much fun in this game. The story was really cool with like the giant worm that went underneath the city and was like destroying cities from within. Yeah, it was a great game, and they like the multiplayer I think was my favorite here. Um, had a lot of really cool environmental, which I think the first one did too, but they had a lot of cool environmental um levels where like they would have like the krill and stuff like that that would come up in the map, or the like the ice spikes, I think they were. I can't remember what they were called, but yeah, that was really cool. Acid hail, maybe something like that.
I would have put this on my list. I just can't remember if I've played it fully. I know I played 1, I know I played 3, obviously 4 and 5, but I don't remember much about Gears of War 2.
Yeah.
Uh
Where is like the Gears of War Marcus Phoenix edition that has
yeah,
one,
seriously.
two, 1, 2, 3, at least 1, 2, and 3, in there, and then maybe throw in is it
Judgment?
yeah, Judgment, yeah. Throw in because I've still actually never played Judgment, but yeah, make that. I mean, because we got the Gears of War 1 remaster, um,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
cool because they had like a PC exclusive, um, like big boss fight in there. I can't remember the name of it, but
Oh, cool.
so they added that into the game. So yeah, I would love to see a 2 and 3 to come back. Maybe you don't have to do multiplayer, and so it's not as like a big undertaking as the Master Chief Collection was. But yeah, at least bring back the campaigns and put them all together. That'd be really cool. Surprised, I'm really surprised they haven't done that.
Surprise for 2024.
That could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Since we know all Bethesda stuff.
Yeah, really. You know they're working on.
All right, so let's see what you got here. So I've got to guess your 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Oh, it's a tough spot.
What do we have left? Got Dark Souls 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Borderlands 2,
And Mass Effect.
Mass Effect 2. Borderlands 2 has got to be your number 5.
Yeah,
Okay, thank God.
that's right.
I was like, it can't be any lower on the list.
Yeah, I love this game so much. Borderlands 2 is incredible. The DLC is like really, really good,
Yeah.
surprisingly. Yeah, I mean it's such a big improvement over the first one, and I really liked the first one. I mean, we played the crap out of that.
Yeah, I love the first one. I really did. And I think I played a little bit of 2, but yeah, you were way more into it than I was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still a good game though. Did you ever play 3?
Yeah, I did.
You did. You bought that? Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I played it through. I didn't play any of the DLC, but
But you beat it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Ooh, okay, what do you? Uncharted 2, Portal 2, Dead Space 2. That's it, right? 3
Yep.
spots left.
Yep.
Is your number? Oh, number 9. I'm gonna put Portal 2 at number 9.
You would be right.
There we go, baby.
Hey, baby. Yeah, Portal 2 was like, yeah, it was hilarious. It was great gameplay. I mean, I can't remember the guy's name, but like the CEO of Aperture Labs, like the whole like lemon speech he gave was absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, partnering up with Gladys at some point, and she's like a potato. It's hilarious. Like it's such a good game. All right, I've always wanted to go back and play it.
I played it. I think for the first. Well, I might have played it years ago, but from my memory, played it for the first time last year on the Switch. And yeah, it's a really, really good game. Really incredible puzzles.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. Surprised we never got a third one. But no. Valve doesn't really make games like that, so
they make games.
Can you do? All right, let's see. Number 6. I'm gonna go Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Wow, you were right.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, phenomenal game. It's one of those games where it's like takes about 10 hours to get into it.
Yeah.
Once it clicks really hard. You gotta play it at some point.
I know. I've gotta go back and beat the first one, and then eventually get the second one. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I'll get to it eventually.
I know you will. I have faith in you.
All right, Nick, 2 left: Dead Space 2 and Uncharted 2.
I think I'm gonna put Uncharted 2 above Dead Space and put Uncharted at number 6.
You'd be right.
There we go.
Yeah, Uncharted 2 was my first entry into the series, and I later went back and played through Uncharted 1, but yeah, fantastic game. It was like I think it was my first PS3 game. It had surprisingly one of the most fun multiplayer experiences I've ever had in a game. That multiplayer was so fun. With like the the parkour action, and then like all the guns felt really, really fun to play. I don't know if they still have their servers up and running, but I never really loved 3 and 4's multiplayer, but 2 was just incredible. I love the campaign. I probably beat it 3 or 4 times. I think I actually platinumed that game. I think there's some trophies that I was missing, but they were all multiplayer specific. They had a lot of multiplayer specific trophies and achievements back in the day, where it's probably impossible to get most of those now. But yeah, fantastic game. Have you played through Uncharted 2?
Yeah, I played through it on PS4.
Okay.
The Uncharted collection.
Uncharted collection. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you played through all the Uncharted games?
Everyone except for 1.
Okay.
I haven't played through the first one.
One is definitely like an early PS3 game, but it's still good. I think it's still worth experiencing. But
yeah, I was so excited. I had to start with what I knew was the best one at the time.
Yeah, two I think is, well, 4 is really good, but I feel like it's really long.
4's too long. Has too many like walking segments.
Yeah. 2 is like perfectly paced. And that train scene was just incredible. That was the opening sequence, and then eventually you loop around and get back to that spot again. Just amazing, absolutely incredible.
Oh, for sure.
All right, well, I can't beat you at this point, but let's see if I can get these last 2 right. So what have I got left? Dark Souls 2 and not Resident Evil. Dark Souls 2 and Mass Effect 2. I'm gonna go Dark Souls 2 at 7.
You're right.
Dang, man, I came at the very end.
We locked in.
Dark Souls 2, number 7. All right, and then obviously my number 7 is which one is it? Dead Space 2.
Dead Space 2. And then my number 8 is Mass Effect.
Mass Effect 2. Yep. So did you play Mass Effect 2 back in the day, or was when we split the Legendary Edition? Is that the first time you played through it?
Yeah, I think that was the first time I fully played through it.
Wow.
I played it a little bit, but yeah, that was definitely my favorite one of the trilogy.
Yeah, see, back then I felt like the sequels really just like perfected the original and it made them a little bit faster, because even with like Dead Space 2, I mean Dead Space 1 in its own right is incredible. And I think the jump from like Dead Space 1 to 2, like the combat was just kind of more streamlined. It was more obviously more action oriented, and I think Gears of War had already come out at this point. But yeah, the sequels just in that time just had really good vibes going for them.
Yeah, like, and I can't believe it's not on either one of our lists, but BioShock 2 is another example.
I had really thought about BioShock 2.
Yeah, I did too,
but
I just like 1 so much better.
Yeah, one's the story and stuff is a lot better. I love that. And 2 really didn't, other than being able to dual wield the plasmids in your gun. I mean, obviously you're playing as a Big Daddy, of course, so you have like I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's still like a melee. Yeah, the drill, which is really cool. You have like the dash and stuff like that, but it didn't feel super different than the original. I don't know. I mean, I could always argue that on this list, and I debated it for a while, but I was like, nah, I'll leave that one off and I'll let some other stuff shine.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a surprising amount of 2 games, a few that could have maybe been on the list. Psychonauts 2, Little
Yeah.
Nightmares 2, Last of Us Part 2.
I'm surprised Last of Us wasn't on your list.
See,
I thought for sure. I thought for sure. Yeah, well, it still counts. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe it should count.
No, it's not a straight up 2.
Is Dark Souls 2 number?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's regular numbers.
Regular number 2. Okay. All right, cool, man. Well, this was fun. This was fun. Yeah, this was cool. We'll have to maybe we'll do 3s next time or something like that. Which a lot of these games are going to follow probably. The sequels to all these are probably going to be on there, but
yeah, I think it'll wither down a little bit. But most of these games have. I mean, back in the day, back in 2007, if a game got a sequel,
it was
probably getting a third game.
Yeah, from like 2006 to like 2010, 2011, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, everything was like trying to be like Halo or Gears. Like everything was a trilogy, which is fine. Like I think that's totally fine.
Actually,
but I don't know.
Everything on my list has a third game. The only one on your list that doesn't, I guess Half-Life 2 on yours and Portal 2.
Yeah, they don't.
Third, but yeah, Modern Warfare 2, Resident Evil 2, Skate 2, Dead Space 2, Mass Effect, Rock Band, Borderlands, Xenoblade Chronicles, Dark Souls, Halo, all have a third game.
Yeah, it was just that time period, and what's kind of funny too is, I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out, what, 2019?
2017.
2017. Is that the oldest? Is that the youngest game on this list? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is. And the rest are just nostalgia bait.
Yeah. But I mean, there are sequels too, but they're not necessarily 2. So there's been stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a sequel of something, but we're just for the fun of it, we're not gonna include it. But yeah, this was super fun.
It was. Maybe that's a sign of the times that the numbered sequels are kind of out the door.
Yeah.
You know, like the only recent ones I can think of are, I mean, there's like Dishonored 2, SteamWorld Dig 2, yeah, Psychonauts 2, but yeah, nothing like, I guess it's all established franchises.
Yeah.
For the most part. Cool.
I don't know. Yeah.
Good list.
That is a good list. All right, cool. So I guess we'll do the rundown for audio listeners here. So, at my number 1, got Halo 2, followed up by Mass Effect 2, Gears of War 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Dark Souls 2, Uncharted 2, Dead Space 2, Resident Evil 2, the remake, Portal 2, and Half-Life 2. On Nick's side, it's number 1 Halo 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Skate 2, Rock Band 2, Borderlands 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Dark Souls 2, Mass Effect 2, Dead Space 2, and ending it with Resident Evil 2 remake. Good stuff.
Yeah, none of our games were in the same spot. Oh no, Halo 2.
Halo 2 was the only one. Yep. Kind of crazy. Cool. All right, Nick. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll dive into the news. Sound good?
Sound good.
Cool. All right. So let's dive into quite a bit of news actually. This week. Nick, did we talk about the PlayStation getting the Slim?
No,
that happened last week, right?
Yeah, but it was after we did the podcast last week.
So it's not on our list, but we'll definitely talk about it real quick. So yeah, PlayStation Slim announced. I do think it looks a lot better than.
Still ugly.
It's still not great. The engineer. You know what? I'm gonna take that back because the little like clips, like horizontal stand, like
That's a design flaw.
I
That's faulty
don't.
design right there. If you need that little tiny clip to hold it up,
And that comes with it, right? That just like
it
folds
does.
out.
It might be something that you attach, kind of like the current one where you have uh, the little dinner plate that you put down. But if you want to stand it up horizontally, you have to buy a separate stand for it.
So that does not come with.
Or sorry, vertically. If you want to do vertical.
So the $30 stand does not come with either one of these models.
No, you can only have it horizontal unless you buy the separate stand.
This is why I made the comment a couple weeks ago that I think that Sony is like the Apple of gaming because just the way they handle their tech, and like this designs, it's just unnecessary. Like they're really taking advantage of their consumers. I really do feel like that.
And the fact that the digital edition is $50 more expensive, it's
Yep.
$450, and if you want to buy the detachable disk drive, that thing is $80. So you end up paying more for a disk drive if you go for the digital edition and decide you want physical media later.
Yeah, it's just
So
really weird.
it screams anti-consumer. I don't know what the point of this is if they're not reducing the price of the PS5 at all. And like I understand why they're not, because in this economy, I don't think they're in the market to decrease their prices. But
Yeah, we're the reiterations, the slim versions of these consoles going in the future. I don't think we'll ever see a price reduction going forward until there's a new model out there.
I think their costs are reducing, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
we're
just
not
not
seeing
gonna
that
happen.
on the consumer side.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I don't think this will be. I mean, this definitely won't be enticing. Definitely won't be enticing to any current PS5 owners. But
no.
I mean, as Harrison, you don't have a PS5 currently. Would this interest you in getting one?
I mean, I texted you like that day, and I was like, "Yeah, I think I might just skip PlayStation this generation because none of their stuff, none of their products they put out seem super. I'm not gonna say consumer friendly because it's all subjective on what you think is a value to you. Like the tablet thing, like the little, um,
The PlayStation Q.
yeah, like that's not. I have no like use for it. Some people obviously do, and some people maybe they just want to get it because it's something like kind of cool, and it is kind of cool, but kind of useless for someone like me. But um, yeah, the fact if it was $400 for the digital version, I think I would make that move. But the fact that it's $50 extra, I don't know. There's just I mean, Spider-Man 2 looks incredible, and I do want to play that game, but it's not a system seller for me. Um, and again, we've talked about it before, but they announced Bloodborne 2 tomorrow. Yeah, I'm like, all right, let me get a PlayStation, and then I'll play everything else that I've missed over the years. But yeah, for someone like me, I feel like that's who Sony is targeting at this point. Yeah, I don't really have a reason to pick this up when it's more expensive, and I can't do it vertical, which I don't know if I would. Honestly, don't know where I would put my PlayStation right now at this point in my office because my stand, I've got my computer, and my Xbox on, so I don't have room. But so I don't know. But I don't. Options are always good, and having to spend more money for options is always bad, in my opinion. When it's something that they could have easily designed in the first place.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. If I hadn't have gotten a PS5 when I did back in 2021, I don't think there would have been like any games that had come out between then and now that would have enticed me to get one.
Yeah.
Maybe Spider-Man 2, which I'm super excited for. That I mean, side note, that game is reviewing extremely well. It's got a 91.
Yeah, 91.
yeah, I watched some reviews. Very, very, very excited for that game now. I think I'm definitely going to pick it up day one.
And the fact that it's not like super duper long either, it's kind of more
Yeah,
enticing
just
to me as
like,
well.
like I'm excited to get that and Mario
Yeah.
this weekend because
So you're gonna pick Spider-Man day one?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Well,
But
cool.
yeah, I mean,
I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
yeah, yeah, very excited to play it.
Are you gonna play Miles this week, or are you just gonna wait and play?
Huh.
Okay.
I generally know the story, so
Okay.
I feel like I'm
Feel like you're good.
up to
Okay.
snuffing up for it. So yeah, PS5 Slim, not technically called the PS5 Slim, but everyone's gonna.
What is it
call
called? Is it just called? 'Cause I know they're gonna be phasing out the other ones.
I think it's just a new model,
Okay, just a new model.
and I don't think they called the previous Slim models a Slim either.
No, I think they were. Yeah, I think they were just the next iterate. You know, the next whatever model, something. But yeah, I don't think it's been called Slim for most of the stuff in a while. We always call it the Slim just because that's what we're used to.
Yeah, it's smaller. I mean, what else can we call it?
Yeah, I'm just not super happy with Sony this generation. And the moves that they have made, they feel really anti-consumer, and with this, you know, it's something I don't have to buy. You know, I'm sitting here complaining I don't have to buy it, but I would like to get a PS5 at some point. But they could have just kept the price. I think that's what really bothers me. That they just raised the digital for really no reason. I mean, is the SSD, is it more on the digital as well, like it is for the base model?
I think so. Yeah, I think it has more storage.
So it's like, why wouldn't you? You know, and I'll tell you, I just answer my own question. They don't want people to be able to buy the digital version and then buy the external disc because it's technically a little less expensive. So I answer my own question. So we're good. See, anti-consumer.
They're not going to make it $425. You know, they're not going to go in $25 increments.
No. Okay, cool. Answer my own question. All right, awesome.
Speaking of physical media,
yeah,
Harrison, Best Buy is planning to phase out physical media sales in 2024. The plan is for video games to stay, so this just applies to I guess CDs and movies.
Yeah, CDs, movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, stuff like that. Yeah. Which, I mean, I get, you know, there's so many different, and I do think in a few years they may phase out video games too. But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people love like the steel books and collecting that stuff. So I feel it for people like that, but you know, still Amazon and stuff, but it makes sense. I mean, there's so many different, there's literally a million different streaming platforms at this point. Where you can find most of these movies. Now, I do know that there are some movies that are not on all streaming platforms. So I know a lot of people, like video games, worry about, you know, what's the term?
Preservation.
Yeah, preservation for stuff like that. So that's always a bummer. But I don't know. It's probably, I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably costing them money to have these if they're going to be phasing them out. So
yeah, I mean, they have the data. They know how little movies and CDs they're selling. I mean, I think the real physical media juggernauts are, you know, video games to an extent. I think it's dwindling, but still to an extent, and then vinyls.
Yeah.
I think those are the two ones that are kind of standing the test of time. I'm sure video games will phase out eventually, and it'll go more towards a digital landscape. But I mean, I still like buying. Hey, Kellen. Hey, buddy.
Here, come here, buddy. Come here. Tell everybody how excited you are about Mario Wonder. Talk right there. Are you excited?
Ask if he's excited to play as Elephant Mario.
Nick wants to know if you're excited to play as Elephant Mario. My son is currently in the background putting the peace sign up.
Peace out. I'll see you later. Tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow,
You
buddy.
cannot see me. I'm probably like good, bad of the thing. I'm in the middle. Bye.
Wild man.
What a cutie.
Yeah, and then Walmart. I don't know if this is an official report, but it's also reported that Walmart plans on removing physical Xbox games,
That's
which
fair.
makes total sense. I mean, everything is on Game Pass at this point for Xbox, first party wise, and they probably just don't sell a ton of Xbox games, to be honest, because it's not doing as well as Switch and PlayStation, and in Japan too.
Was this report from Japan?
I don't think it was.
Okay.
Yeah. So, when's the last time you bought a movie, a Blu-ray?
I think I bought John Wick 3.
John Wick 3?
Or, no, I bought Endgame.
Endgame. Okay.
Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to get Top Gun Maverick, but that was sold out for a while. I always checked in Target.
I wanted to get Mario, but I just haven't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if I were to get anyone, it would probably be the Mario movie.
Yeah. And then the last Xbox game that I bought physically.
Oh, geez. Outside of like Christmas,
yeah,
the game that I bought myself.
Like I bought probably Avengers. I think Marvel Avengers is probably the last Xbox game I bought.
Yeah, same for me.
Physical, and that was just because it was on super sale or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And it was only on sale physically.
Yeah, on physically, yeah. And before that, I mean, it was. I can't even remember. I don't even know. Who knows?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, so all that stuff makes sense. I mean, whether we like it or not, physical is going to eventually phase away and switch over to digital. So, but
bound to happen.
Yeah, bound to happen. Nick, the Microsoft Activision acquisition is done.
Done as of Friday. It finally closed. We got the trailer from Xbox.
They've been sitting on that for like a year.
They're acquiring us as well.
Yeah, I did see that.
The next acquisition is you.
Your soul. When do you think we get the first drop of Call of Duty stuff or whatever, whatever Activision stuff?
There's some rumors that it could be tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like a lot of the older Call of Duties, obviously.
Yeah.
Not anything probably within the last 5 years, but
that's cool.
We'll see. I mean,
man, it could be a big day for Halo Infinite.
A bunch of Call of Duties. I would jump into. I mean, I jumped into Modern Warfare 2 a month or two ago. So
yeah.
I'd jump back in.
Have you ever played like Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3's campaign?
I played 3.
Okay.
Because that was on the Wii.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Never played 1 or 2.
2, I don't think I've ever played 1. 2's really good. I mean, it's definitely doesn't hold up, but it was pretty good. So now that this is done, Nick, and Microsoft has full reign of these IPs, what Activision title would you want to see it happen sooner rather than later? What's one IP you want to see to come back?
Okay, I would say Tony Hawk, but that already came back. I would like to see them do it like a Pro Skater 6 or remake 3 and 4. That or Guitar Hero. Yeah,
Guitar Hero, man. I really want to.
Really come back, but
I'm thinking about. I think I'm gonna pull out Rock Band this week, and set it up downstairs and play some. I've got 4. I've got everything. So I might do that. I think, as someone who's recently played through the Spyro trilogy, I think I want a new Spyro game.
I'm surprised they haven't done one similar to Crash.
Well, Toys of Bob started working on Call of Duty stuff.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, yeah. But like Vicarious, they were doing Tony Hawk. Toys for Bob was doing, uh, yeah, Crash, and
Crash.
they did Spyro trilogy,
Yep,
right?
the Reignited trilogy. So
Oh,
and Brittany really loves. We played that together. We like switched off. So yeah, I would love to see maybe not like an open world, but I don't know, like a new Spyro, maybe some co-op. Throw in some co-op and stuff into it. Could be really cool. But yeah, Tony Hawk Guitar Hero. I mean, there's so many good stuff they can go back on.
outside of those, I'm not really sure what else.
I know someone tweeted. I can't remember who tweeted it of all the IPs.
Yeah, nothing comes to mind. I mean, in terms of like Game Pass games, I would love for Diablo 4 to come to Game Pass. I don't know if that'll happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I mean, Sekiro was in the trailer. Maybe like that'll be cool. Like having that come to Game Pass.
Maybe we get like a was that game 60?
No, wait.
Maybe we get like an updated version of Sekiro. I mean, that could be cool. Or a Sekiro sequel.
It's capped at 30
Okay.
on the PS4, but on the PS4 Pro, it's capped at 60.
Okay.
Although it's unstable 60.
Okay.
If it gets like a 60 FPS boost, would you play it again?
I don't know, man. I think I just had to start over.
You're just done.
Yeah, I don't know. We already talked about Spider-Man reviews. Pete Hines, today he announced that he is retiring after like 25, 26 years working at Bethesda. Yeah, I mean, I think he's like retired. He's not moving on to anything else. He's just going to live his life. So
it sounded like in all those leaked emails that he wasn't super happy with now being under Xbox. I don't know, it just seemed like he was always angry about something. So maybe he just didn't like that transition.
Well, I thought he was the one that was like heavily pushing being acquired.
Was he?
I think so.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe I don't know exactly. I didn't like go through and read the emails and stuff, but
yeah,
that's what I always heard. He was heavily involved in being acquired, but you know, maybe he got a pretty good paycheck being acquired, and then you know he saw a couple of years of that transition and stuff like that, and then got Redfall out there, and that didn't do too well, and then got Starfield out, and then yeah, maybe that's it.
What else do I have to do? What else?
Yeah, what else? I mean, we know a lot about Bethesda's plate in the next year, but I mean, nothing huge. So, yeah, we kind of talked about Lords of the Fallen already, but it's got kind of middling reviews. Nothing.
76.
76, yeah. I don't think Xbox is even reviewed at all. I don't think there's any reviews on the Xbox.
Review codes for Xbox.
Yeah, but it makes sense because their patch was, I guess, being delayed, or I don't know if it's out there yet, but they're trying to do the patch with parity for the Series S and X. So who knows if that's another issue? I don't know exactly but yeah, I was really looking forward to this one. Too bad, yeah, it just kind of stinks that it's not super.
I know if
super
they
there.
do put out a patch and it seems like the game runs very stable, I might pick it up.
Yeah, let me know, because I'll split that with you, because I do want to play it if it runs good.
Okay.
But I don't want to spend $70 on it and then it's not.
Yeah, $70 on a broken game kind of stings. I mean, Lies of P, kind of the opposite story. Runs very well. That game announced today just sold 1 million copies, which is very good. I mean, for a studio this is like kind of one of their first games that they put out, and it's obviously their first Souls-like, so very successful. I mean, I think this game has a lot of good word of mouth. I think people generally are really liking it. I mean, obviously it's hard. It has its problems with difficulty spikes and all that kind of stuff. But,
Yeah.
For what it's setting out to do, I think it does a really good job.
Yeah. I think it's again. I had my troubles and struggles with that game. And again, that's just on me. That's a skill issue thing. But yeah, I've said it before. But if you were to tell me this was made by FromSoft, I would have believed you.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I mean, we obviously got the little hint of either the sequel or expansion for this game. So if they take this idea and kind of venture into other IPs but you don't necessarily have a license for, but it's heavily obviously taken off after Pinocchio, but it's never actually said. I think that could be a really cool.
Well, you don't need
idea.
a license for those because they're
Are they publicly
public domain.
public domain? Okay.
Both the other one is as well.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. Oh, never mind. So yeah, I think they could do some really cool stuff with other franchises
For sure.
And then last up, kind of a fun, interesting story.
Biggest news story of the week.
Exactly. Evidently in September, no, well, not evidently. In September there was a brand new Wii sold.
Wait, Wii or Wii U?
Wii U, sorry, yeah, Wii U sold. I guess this is the first time a new Wii U has sold since May of 2022. So, I guess some places have unopened Wii U's just sitting around.
Wild.
I'm curious to how much that sold for. If it was like the retail price of $299 or whatever, or $249, whatever.
Yeah, $299, $350, depending on the model.
Yeah. So
I don't know, man. That's hey,
who is? I hope they figure out who this person is and just kind of interview and be like, why did you choose?
Did you know that most of these games are on the Switch?
They're ported over to the Switch. I don't know. It could be a collector's thing, you know.
Yeah,
who
I'm
knows,
sure it is.
Who knows what it actually is? But yeah, kind of a fun little story to end in the news segment.
Hey man, sometimes you just got to get your Wii U fix.
I mean, the Wii U was a great console. I think it was cool
For its 4-year life. Yeah, 4-year life cycle. Had some good games.
Yeah, had excellent games. It just, I don't know, was marketed horribly.
Yeah.
There is like some kind of little sprinklings of people thinking that the Switch 2 is going to get announced this week. I think it's kind of BS, but
I don't know, man. Why would you announce it the week of Super Mario Wonder?
Exactly. That's just kind of weird, but
yeah,
there's that stuff is out there, so who knows?
I don't know about that. I don't believe that, but
yeah. But I mean, if it is announced, I think that just confirms that it'll come out probably in like early, like March, April of next year. But again, I don't think that's true at all. But
yeah, that would be bold. That would definitely be bold to announce it the same week as one of your biggest games of the year.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
hey,
that'd be weird.
Never say never.
This is true. Never say never. All right, guys. Well, that is going to wrap up the show. We hope everyone had a great time listening, especially with our rankings. Let us know if you want us to do more of that style of stuff. Next week, I mean, obviously we'll talk about whatever news happens, but we'll be talking about Mario Wonder, our thoughts on that. I'm going to run that co-op with my son, so I'll give my perspective on that. I'm sure it'll be a great game. Nick, you plan on picking up Spider-Man 2?
Yes, sir. Spider-Man 2 and Super Mario Wonder.
Yeah, so we'll get your thoughts on Spider-Man 2 and how it holds up against the original, because the original was fantastic, but obviously the reviews are saying it's better, so be looking forward to that, and we'll definitely talk about some Halo, because I'm, again, very excited for that Season 5 drop. And then, if you're right and the rumors are true about some stuff dropping on Game Pass, I mean, sounds like we got a good week ahead of us for gaming.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will follow us on all of our social medias, TikToks and stuff like that. All that stuff is in the description below. So check us out. We're trying to get to 1,000 on TikTok so we can start to stream there too. That could be really cool.
We're getting there.
We're over 500, so we're getting there. We just post a bunch of podcast clips, gameplay clips, Just kind of some random stuff here and there. So it's always a good time. If you want to tell us that Titanfall 2 or Titanfall has better
platforming
than Super Mario Odyssey, then hey man, everything's subjective, right?
That's your opinion.
that's an opinion.
It's rooted in an incorrect
Yeah.
theory, but
All right, guys. Well, we will see y'all next Monday.
bye-bye.
Bye bye.